Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Markets and Nonsense. And uh, we are going to talk complete nonsense, Rohit. How are we taking this show? This is like people who are watching us must be confused. Pagal ho gaye. What is this markets and nonsense?
Yeah, it's got to do with all the feelings that people have about the market and about views and teji hai, mandi hai. It should all
Hmm,
come through, right? But
hmm,
somewhere you're frozen, so that's already some nonsense.
yeah, 1 second. Okay, I'm so sorry, Rohit. Uh, Network connection here at the YouTube studio. Anyways, am I audible now?
You're very much audible. It's your video that is frozen.
Okay, okay. Now,
No, still
is this
frozen. It's showing the same image as before.
hmm. Anyways, if I'm audible, we'll take it forward. Okay, there is some network issue at my office here. Uh, okay. Uh, क्या लगता है market? You are bull or bear, Rohit?
Am I bull or bear? A bit of both, but I think I'm giving up on whatever bull side was left. It was mostly for the bounce. So short term bull, medium term bear,
Hmm.
longer term big question mark. Could be a bear
Longer
also.
question mark. Oh my goodness. Okay. So short term bullish, say like 50% retracement already done. Are you expecting some more?
So we have room till 61%, which is 25,125. That leaves us with a couple of 100 points more on the upside.
Hmm.
But I'm not thinking anything more than that. We have too much coming in from various fronts starting January. So end of year seasonal rally is going on, but I don't know what else to expect beyond that. सबका मन लगा हुआ है कि इंटरेस्ट रेट काटेगा 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 when bond yields are going up. So that is what does it. So here's the nonsense which doesn't make sense, right? If
Hmm.
bond yields are going up on the US bond market, then how is he going to cut interest rates? But everybody is focused on him cutting interest rates. So let's see. The surprise could be he doesn't do anything. It's like उसने
Hmm.
बोला है उसको करना ही पड़ेगा. It's like thumping the table right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When we even attended the CNBC event, 1 month back, the Piyush Goyal statement was like rate cut hona hi padega, but it didn't happen. Now, what do you expect with the new RBI governor in place? Do you really
I
feel he's going to go all throttles?
I don't think change of governor is for that, right? He completed 2 terms. He had to go. That's it. I
Yes,
mean, you
absolutely.
could have had a third, but it's always an internal discussion. So to think that
Hmm.
a new governor is coming in because you want to change something is not always the case. Surely, the current governor was brought in with that cause. It felt at that point of time the political forces were that we want a change of guard because we want to implement certain policy change. That was the truth when he was appointed. But now that you have a new face at the RBI, I don't think it has happened that way. So that's not really the case. I think overall we are in a fiscal consolidation mode. So if you have to hear the finance ministry also, not just individual politicians. What is the FM saying? I think she was speaking last week at some event, and she was also talking about more consolidation, more getting our act together, putting an end to world war. So it's more a cautious approach. हमें जो करना था हमने कर दिया. What we had to do in the post-COVID world in terms of overspending and excessive stimulation, वो हो चुका है. Now is the time where you need, and this is the catch, right? You need private sector and everything to kick in, but it's just not happened. So I don't know how it works out, but till we really see it working out, there is things to be worried about.
Okay. And Now that we are almost nearing to the Christmas Santa rally, you're expecting a Santa rally at least another 300, 400, 500 points at least.
I mean, you saw what happened on Friday. वो एक दिन में इधर से उधर हो जाता है. If you want to call these things Santa rallies, so from here, where are we? We touched a high of 25,800 from 24,800. From 24,800 to 25,125, and it's like वो होगा भी कि नहीं होगा पता नहीं. How can you even play a Santa rally? I mean, it'll have to, it's really, and it's impossible in these moves. The impossible part is to predict what is going to move the needle. Where will those 300 points come from? Will it come from HDFC Bank, where the RMI is in sell, or will it come from Reliance Industries, which is the highest open interest in 16 years, or from an HUL, which made a new low just 2 days ago?
Okay. Would you like to share your screen and show the what is your counts, latest counts on the Nifty at least?
Okay, so here goes on the latest counts. Okay, so this is what we are really putting out on in our daily discussions, and it's something like this. So we've marked this last part as an X. Okay, and the reason we've marked this last part as an X is because the market actually fell in three waves. Right, this fall over here, and we were anticipating it last week. I was talking about it till Wednesday ki ek bar hoega. Not this deep. I was just thinking till here maybe, but and then it came all of a sudden with a flash. And now that is done, it's a three-wave fall and it's a X. So what we are looking is for one more three up, which sort of completes a complex correction, ABC, X, ABC kind of thing. And then we possibly see things roll over. So that is the outlook, And
you don't see any impulse out here, right?
I mean, everything can convert into an impulse. If you just keep going higher, hum impulse bana denge. The impulse we see is on the way down. So this is what, some people have been asking us, why can't this go to a new high? Why can't this be ABC? अब ये 5 दिख रहा है इसलिए it can't be ABC. So we cannot argue on whether it's 5 or not can be a separate argument. Okay, but ये 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 दिख रहा है. What do you think? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That is a $1,000,000 question. What do you think? I'm asking you the question now.
See, it's always better to be contra to you, then only the maza aega.
हाँ, but फिर भी जनता जानना चाहता है कि चवन को क्या लगता है. They can't see now whether what you're expressing right now.
Right now, I also feel it is a 5-way fall. There's absolutely no doubt. But yeah, but
so we can, so apart from bigger question as to how it will go for the 12-month period, one 5-way fall at least means कि A है, B होएगा और C होएगा. So basically I'm going with that. कि therefore this is a counter trend bounce. Otherwise one can argue कि 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 करके निकल जाएगा. ये तो argument है. But this argument has to fit in with what about the previous 5 waves. तो उसका मैं क्या करूँ? So something has to be right and something has to be wrong. If it's a 5 wave, then it shouldn't make a new high. That's it. The argument ends over there.
Yeah, even the present upside, it is with complete very low volumes. That is where, even I presume that this is just a counter rally, and then we should be seeing one more downside. Next 6 months, 4 months, at least it's going to be challenging for the markets, is what I honestly feel.
So that's a good observation. I think even I have not written about it recently. So I've just opened the Nifty 500 chart because it shows the broad volume. And from this bottom into this rally, we haven't seen the volume pick up, unlike what we were seeing back here, where there was a lot of volume in the election low, then subsequent rally, even till here there was volume. Then it actually dried up, and then there was some volume here near the peak. But now, the last time there was volume is only at this bottom in the panic. Okay, down here, which is also not much. But in this bounce, it's only going down. So that is not a good sign, definitely. So that is a clear sign of a bear market rally so far.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So in that case, Rohit, we are looking at 61% from the top max.
Yeah.
or it
Uh,
can
so,
always
so,
go up
so
to
you-
78%.
yeah, so usually that is the case. I mean, we usually go for 61%, 66%. It's rarely surpassed. Okay. But it's not a rule. Okay. That doesn't mean 78 can't happen. In fact, 78 is where the gap is. This gap down from where this whole fall started is at the 78% retracement. But to go that far, you are going to need a lot of participation from these extremely oversold sectors, which is oil and gas, FMCG, pharma, ये सब जो गिर के पिट के अभी भी बाउंस नहीं कर रहे. So the places which are not bouncing at all need to really fire up, or maybe banking needs to show some more power. Then you can do this larger retracement. If that doesn't happen, then we die over here. Okay, but this is for everybody. Having a view and trading are two different things. हाँ,
Yeah.
मुझे ये लगता है. इसका ये मतलब है क्या कि 25,000 पे जाके शॉर्ट कर दो. You need the signals, right? You need the right signal, the right setup, the positioning on sentiment, the RMI signal, the wave count, position sizing. That is execution. That is where everybody loses their mind. Okay. So we have a view. How to execute it is something you have to follow up on a day-to-day basis and understand. But this is what I think.
Okay. So not a way to go.
Not a good way to end the year, but definitely,
Yeah.
Things are
looking even more rough going forward.
Yeah. So we have a
But
couple of events coming up. We have a couple of events
yes,
coming up. I think next time we chat up, we should be able to get into what the Fed and bond yield thing is telling us. And probably by Friday, we even know what has happened with not just the Fed, but it looks like there are a dozen central banks going to be announcing rates. So there may be some divergences. Somebody is cutting, somebody is not cutting. I wonder if anybody is going to raise. I doubt it, but who the heck knows?
any surprises?
on the small cap index. Are you surprised?
No, because initially, so in every bounce, this is the brilliance of this last rally. In every bounce, the small and mid cap indices were bouncing more. So somewhere when the Nifty started to go up, I had to really think, and so I'm again opening my chart just to show this, that I had to think whether this is very very similar to 2021-22. Okay, in 21-22, what we ended up seeing is some kind of a intermarket divergence between the small cap and the Nifty. Okay, so I'm just going to create that again. Now you have the small cap on top and the Nifty at the bottom. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to go back to 2021-22. So you see, this is what we call an intermarket classic divergence. New high in the small cap, no new high in Nifty. You remember that. And the market had topped out around here only, but only at the end of October. This time we have topped out at the beginning of October. So I said to myself, this divergence happened in January. What if this time you get a divergence in December itself? Because the top is also 1 month earlier. That divergence also is 1 month earlier. And that is sort of what we've ended up here. A small cap index has made a new all-time high. The Nifty is still at a retracement. So if we maintain this divergence, it will have the same setup as we had back then, except that Nifty retraced a lot more back then, almost 80% or more. Whereas this time we are still below 61. So that is why we are leaving that open. Ki kitta retrace hoga. This time, because of the 5-wave decline, I wouldn't expect more than 61. But small cap index is at a new high, and that is where the similarity is with the previous episode. So was it surprising? Initially, it was a thought, like it's possible, maybe. And then once it got past 61%, I said it's happening. So my cutoff point was, moment it crossed this, I was anticipating this to happen. Ki we will make a new high in the small cap, but not in the mid cap. And then we've marked it as a fifth wave and posted it also. And that's where we are.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rohit. Again, we'll catch up next time. We'll try to do it every day going forward, but as of now, we'll keep it 2 days in a week just to keep everyone updated. Any questions from whoever is attending, we can just take up in a couple of minutes and then end this. There's going to be just 15-20 minutes every time we do it during
So
market
there's a
hours.
question from Twitter from Raghav Tandon. How do you think the overall results will be for this quarter since spending is at lows? So spending was at lows in the last quarter. There was a lot of hope that the government would pick up on their spending this quarter and that would lead to result improvement. So there may be some, but I'm not sure how far it has really gone. And also there's this whole thing around, the spending that happens around Diwali. So will that cause some improvement? Again, there's been some pickups, but it's really hard to say how big an uptick you're going to have overall in earnings. Whatever I'm seeing, whatever I've read, because we don't do the in-depth forecast, but the research that I'm reading is not looking at a great earnings uptick for the financial year. Overall, nobody is looking at more than single-digit growth for the financial year, and that means there's not really going to be a significant pickup. That is how I am seeing it. It will be very, very stock specific.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe is
asking any view on the reality sector?
So reality, it's an outperforming sector right now. It's also one that continues to do well with a lag compared to equities. But there's a difference between equity prices and reality sector ground level. So ground level, what I've seen before is even a month after equities do well, real estate can hold up much longer. Okay, in terms of prices and activity, but stock prices are stock prices. So let's see. Will stock prices roll over if equities fall, or will they hold out? There can be relative outperformance, which means going up more on rallies and falling less on declines. That kind of possibility for some time for reality should be left open, but I don't think I'm not sure whether it would be forever. So at least for a quarter or so, we can think that okay, maybe. But I'm not someone who takes. I don't. So this is the whole catch, right? See, people want that safe space. I'm on TV today, last week. The standard question है, अच्छा खराब लगता है तो next year के लिए जीतने वाला sector कौन है? And my standard answer is कोई नहीं. Okay. So this is the nonsense for people, because this shouldn't be TV channel ना. If I give you TV channel answer, then what will you get? कि हाँ ये हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है. मेरे हिसाब से तुम लोगे क्यों? Why are you trying to outperform? Why are you trying to beat a falling market? So if I think it's a bear market, if it really becomes a bear market, then typically everything goes down. बचता एक आध स्टॉक है, एक बेयर मार्केट में एक आध स्टॉक है कभी जो बच गया था. Like people will remember Y2K में HDFC बैंक गिरा ही नहीं. That's like one stock. Everything else went down 80%. Now, I'm not saying everything is going to go down 80%. It's too early to say that. But what are you trying to protect against? So if you think that stock market will go down and you think reality will go up, I don't take such bets. So I'm the wrong person to ask, first of all. अगर मुझे लगता है निफ्टी 20-30% गिरने वाला, I'll not buy anything. Even if someone calls me and tells me I have inside information, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is buying it, then also I don't buy. So I'm that bad. Okay. So if somebody is expecting some special output from me, then forget it. If it is bullish, it is bullish. I'll be all in. If it is bearish, it is bearish. I'll be all out. I'll not try to find that out.
And right now,
there can be an outperforming asset class like gold. Okay. In rupee terms, क्योंकि rupee गिर रहा है. Shoot, you were saying something.
And right now,
Rohit is all bearish.
I am sufficiently fearful कि कुछ भी हो सकता है. नहीं होगा तो देखेंगे फिर. But you have to be prepared for the worst. Prepare for the worst. If the best happens, we'll take care of it. Market will always tell you when that time is. So I have a very
Thank you so
I prepare for the worst when you're at the top. You don't prepare for the worst after it has fallen. कोई बोलेगा how is it a bear market? Market 20% गिरा नहीं है. मैंने बोला 20% गिरने के बाद bear market कौन बोलता है? बेवकूफ, जिसको दिमाग नहीं है, जिसको एनालिसिस करना नहीं आता, he shouldn't be doing that job. If you don't know, then you shouldn't be doing that job.
absolutely. So
And at 20% down, you can always decide कि हाँ ठीक है, it's getting oversold, थोड़ा खरीद लेते हैं. It may go 50% down. That's a separate question. You can always decide at that point. Chalo, this is a long
Fine.
session.
Scared
Let's
enough.
come back for
You're
more.
scared enough. Yeah, you're scared
Come back
enough.
for more,
Let us
guys.
end the show. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's meet again somewhere during the week. Yeah, we'll hope for the best, Rohit. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We'll try to do this, refine it a bit more. Any suggestions, you can always give it. Sorry, my video is stuck due to some issues. So, yeah, with this, let's end it. Thank you from both myself, Chavan, and Rohit. Markets and Nonsense, episode 1. You know,
Yeah, there are a lot of
thank you
questions
so much.
coming in, guys. We'll do this again and answer your questions. We want to make these short episodes and not very long ones. So thank you for your cues. We'll do more next time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.